Good morning. Good morning, guys. I'm back. I wanted to talk today about a very specific emotions among you guys that I'm seeing very common. And what I've started to realize is that there are things I say that you hear, that you feel, and from emails, comments, and the texts that I've been receiving, and phone calls too. There are these moments when you guys watch the videos or when you guys talk to me, when I reply to you and you're reading my emails, that it immediately changes your energy. I've been listening to that over and over again, and I feel like I need to speak about this because there's an opportunity within that you can utilize. So I forgot what her name was from her username. You guys are amazing. Sometimes I don't know how to respond to these beautiful messages that I get. So she said that listening to me changes her energy, and she feels like I am a meditation for her. So, okay, when I read that, I was like, what if you're watching, what if next time you feel that, you gently use that feeling as an opportunity and ask yourself, can I raise this energy? Can I elevate this emotion right now? And when you elevate that emotion, and as you're feeling it, and as you put that emotion into your body, into your field, use that for harmonizing your energy centers, imagine using that feeling within that moment. You start to wonder, with this high vibrational frequency, what kind of high vibrational opportunities can I attract? Maybe gently think about your intention. And try to remember how that feeling feels. Remember it. And when you do remember that, next time you feel resentment, next time you feel low vibrational, next time you think about the worst case scenario, right? Next time something bad happens, somebody hurts your feelings, someone is upset with you, try to remember that feeling that you feel. Pay attention to that. I'm trying to fine tune the gaps that you guys are experiencing between meditations. So when sometimes you feel like some of you guys are feeling frustration during meditations. Sometimes you're feeling your brain is wandering too much during meditations. Or your head is getting a little loopy. And it starts to worry you, not realizing that that is the sign you're looking for. Your body, which is the subconscious mind, has been conditioned to be the captain of your life, has been conditioned to be the architect of your life, has been conditioned to be the driver of your life. And when you sit down for meditations, when you're walking around in life and you pause and you remind yourself of who you are, you bring that awareness onto you. You sort of activate your random energy centers again to bless your field. When that begins to happen, your body is going to be uncomfortable because your body is used to being the captain and now you want to be the captain. You're telling the body that the body is not the mind anymore. You are the mind. When you're frustrated and your mind starts to wander around, that's because your subconscious mind, your body is telling you, we're not supposed to be doing this. We're supposed to be doing other things that we're used to be doing. And you're telling the body, sort of, I'll tell you when we're ready to get up. I'm in charge. This is me time. Relax. You're gently bringing the thoughts back to the present moment. You're gently bringing your attention and energy to your energy centers, to your field, to your wider and wider awareness, into the blackness that you want to become, that you already are. It's just that your analytical mind and your ego is preventing you by having that barrier between the worlds, which is an illusion, But the analytical mind does that. So utilize those good emotions. And when bad emotions come, when you feel frustrated, whenever those things come up to your body and you're feeling strange, less than ideal, you're not feeling bliss anymore. Whenever that happens, say the word change out loud. Or say, yeah, let's change that. I don't like this feeling. I'd rather feel high vibrational. I'd rather have elevated emotions. I don't want this feeling in my body. I don't want this feeling to get inserted and get stuck into my energy centers and bring down my vibration and eventually cause disease. I don't want to do that. I want high elevation of healing energy, energy of wholeness, energy of worthiness, energy of being blessed, feeling blessed, energy of abundance. When you create this shift of change, I don't want this feeling, please. I'd rather have this. What I was feeling. When you guys type into the comments, I can see, I can feel what you must have been feeling when you wrote that, because these comments are beautiful. The emails that I'm receiving are amazing. I'm reading stories. I'm reading how certain videos and certain things that I mentioned and explained, how it made you guys feel. It's beautiful. It makes me happy, the fact that this has been my calling, and the fact that it's actually showing benefits so quickly from this. So two things, okay? When you feel that elevated emotion, listening to me randomly when it happens from meditations, because it does happen. Sometimes you'll have a okay meditation, right? Sometimes you'll have a frustrated meditation and you're getting up and you're doing things, but randomly you'll feel bliss all of a sudden. Because no matter how badly the meditation goes, it is still changing. You are going against the program of your subconscious mind, because now you want to become the mind. You don't want body to control your life anymore. Everything that you see is a reflection of your consciousness. You have attracted everything that is in your life, and I'm sure there are things you would like to change. There are things you would like to upgrade. And we're going to do that. In this video, I'm talking about two specific changes. When you feel that bliss, when you feel that elevated emotion, gently pamper it a little bit. See if you can feel it elevated. Where do you feel it? How do you feel it? And remember that feeling of the elevated emotion, right? Too often, when we feel bad news occurs, somebody tells us bad things, or somebody just yells at us, flicks us off on the road, and it upsets us for 30 minutes, sometimes 3 hours, because our ego, all the ego cares about is survival. The ego doesn't care about thriving. So we have to then actively say, when I have elevated emotions, I'm going to see how long I can make that last. And I'm going to remember how I'm feeling. And when the bad things happen, that refractory period of how long I experience bad needs to shrink over time. And when it shrinks over time, your field expands over time, because you're slowly liberating energy. You're slowly liberating low vibrational energy, and that vibrational energy is now turning into wave within your field. And when that happens, you're becoming more wave, less matter, less particle. And when that starts to happen, you can then on demand bring up elevated emotions. So when you bring that elevated emotion, put it in you, enjoy it within your field, try not to let it go. And when the bad happens, reduce how long you're going to feel it. It's okay to feel angry sometimes, but ask yourself, how long would my future self wallow and dwell into this crappy feeling? How long would my future self, my best self that is out there in the quantum, I'm going to pretend to be that future self because it's out there. The moment I start to pretend to be that guy, I am now attracting that guy to become that person, because that's me, my future self. So when bad happens, how would my future self deal with this? Or would my future self completely ignore it because my future self is so happy? My future self is so busy being in a state of bliss and meditation all day. Okay? So this is the third component that I added. Number one, whenever you feel good, all these beautiful comments, emails, text messages, and phone calls that I'm receiving, use it as an opportunity to elevate your emotions, clear your energy centers, and widen your field. Number two, shrink your time refractory period of how long you're going to be upset and stressed. How do you do that? I just said, use the word change. Out loud say it, I don't like this feeling. This feeling came from the quantum somewhere, but there's a lot of other feelings from the quantum that I can pick and choose, right? Let me just pick a good one. I don't like this. Think about it. Think about the things I'm saying. If it helps for you to just play one of your favorite videos of me or favorite song or whatever, just whatever you need to do to elevate that emotion again. And when you do that over and over again, now you're changing the program into your subconscious mind, your body, to do that automatically for you. So you're the CEO of this experience, right? And you barely have to do anything. You just have to give directions of your attention, awareness, and elevated emotions. When you do that, you change your hologram, you change your energy centers, which changes how you interact with your field, which then changes all of the messages that you're sending to the quantum all the time because we're emitting light all the time. And then everything starts to change. And when all of that changes, your personality begins to change. And when your personality begins to change, your personal reality now have to reflect the change of your new personality. But initially, because you have to reprogram your body, you start to do that within meditations. Then you evolve a step further that you can do it with your eyes open. You could be driving and elevate your emotions. You could be driving and activate your energy centers and bless them. You could be washing dishes and do that. You could be washing dishes and just take a step back, squeeze your intrinsic muscles, and just push that energy up to your brain and just charge it, supercharge it. You know, when there was an advanced student who told Dr. Joe Dispenza this story that he was doing breath work at every red light all the way to the airport because he had to fly out. And then when he went through the thing and they scanned him and he went to the other side and they said, I need to touch the top of your head. He's like, excuse me? I need to touch the top of your head. What's on the top of your head? He's like, and he looks back on the screen to see his X-ray vision to see what is he talking about. And there was this just bright yellow energy shooting out of his head. Now, he didn't experience the mystical experience, but he still, because he was doing breath work, he was becoming so magnetic. His field was taking so much energy out and spinning it around. He was such a beautiful magnet at the time that even without being in the meditative state, he was still benefiting. This is another thing I want to talk about. So when he looked at the screen, he could see that he was shooting energy out. It was like this. Because you're not losing it, it's just becoming magnetic. And when that happens, it's pulling even more energy from the quantum to expand your field with all the beautiful energies that we have within our spinal fluids that are connected to our energy centers. So there's two examples in here, right? You can randomly do breath work. You can randomly elevate your emotions. You can randomly throughout the day bless your energy centers. And you're going to think that, oh, we're not having that mystical experience that David was always talking about. Yes, but this guy was getting the full benefit without even feeling the mystical experience yet. So Dr. Joe Dispenza said, you know what? I want to do that too. So before Dr. Joe Dispenza, which, he's flying all the time. So he said, I'm going to I'm going to do meditation before I go to the airport. And what he did was he blessed his heart energy. That's it. That's all he focused on. There's a specific meditation for heart only, for Dr. Joe. Now, I'm not sure if he listens to his own guided meditation, but he did a heart coherence meditation, okay? And he went to the airport, everything was fine. It was just a fine meditation. He didn't feel mystical because it's not magic all the time, guys. But you're getting the benefit. That's another thing that you guys don't realize, that you guys are doing these meditations, but just because you don't disappear out of your body and go to the magical places in the world doesn't mean it's not working. It's working. It's changing you, changing your field, it's changing your personality slowly, which will then change everything around you. But don't anticipate it. Let it surprise you. Because if you don't let go, then you're creating lack. You have to let go once you release the intention. And you give gratitude. When you give thanks that it's already done. We, this community, when we get up from our meditation, we assume it's done. It already occurred, it happened. And then the next job is for you to randomly feel it, randomly be happy. I'm recording, right? I just want to make sure. In case somebody calls me and it turns off. The letting go part. Trust the universe. That is the trust when you get out of the meditation, that yes, it changed me. Yes, I just became better than yesterday. The belief that every time I meditate, my energy centers become more harmonized. I become less matter and more energy. And I am blessing my field, and my field is expanding and getting better and better. And my intentions and everything that I want, the wholeness, the freedom, the abundance, it's on its way. It'll just get delivered whenever it's good for me, whenever the quantum wants me to experience it. But it's done, because it is done out in the quantum. So those are the three things I wanted to talk about. Elevated emotions, reducing the refractory time, and then a couple different examples of, I'm not going to let you guys go back to your old self. I keep drumming it. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm thinking about scheduling something so I can do a live meditation with you guys. I want you guys to feel how we are all technically one person, other than the fact that 0.001% of our body is hologram. And those holograms are different. But out in the quantum, we're all one person. And we can connect and feel our elevated, magnificent energy when we do live meditations together. I'm going to figure that out. Probably a good idea to do it on Saturdays or Sundays, maybe. But I'll figure that out. I wonder if you guys prefer YouTube Live or Zoom. Let me know.